Are you constantly searching for the right concept to make your blues solos actually sound good? Does your playing sometimes feel random, unstructured, maybe even a little lost? In this simple but powerful solo, Chris will show you how to choose the right target notes, the notes that really connect with the chords, and how to create strong resolution points in your phrasing. You'll learn how to stop wandering up and down the scale and start playing with direction, structure, and real blues feel. Let's get started. All right, let's start with the A minor pentatonic scale, pattern 1. You probably already know this shape, but let's quickly remind ourselves what notes are inside it. We begin on the 5th fret of the low E string. That's our root note, A. Then we've got C, D, E, and G. Next comes A again, 1 octave higher, followed by C, D, E, and G. Then we reach A once more, another octave higher, and finally C. For the blues melody Chris is about to show you, we're not using the entire scale in a random way. The melody contains the notes A, C, D, E, and G, but A, D, and E function as our main target notes because they are the root notes of the chords in our 12-bar blues progression. A is the root of the 1 chord, D is the root of the 4 chord, and E is the root of the 5 chord. So whenever we land on one of these notes, the solo immediately sounds connected to the harmony. It feels strong. It feels resolved. The notes C and G add blues color and tension, but A, D, and E give the solo its structural backbone. And to keep things clear and musical, Chris limits himself to very specific positions. A on the D string, 7th fret, D on the G string, 7th fret, E on the B string, 5th fret, E on the A string, 7th fret. And from there, C and G are added as melodic color tones inside the pattern. Simple structure, clear target notes, strong blues phrasing. All right. Now let's take a closer look at the solo, step by step. The blues progression begins with an A7 chord. Chris starts the melody on the note A, the root note of the chord. In the first 4 bars of the blues progression, we have an A7 chord. Chris starts the melody on A and keeps returning to it. Then we move to 2 bars of D, where the note D is clearly featured, before resolving back to A. After that, we have 1 bar of E, 1 bar of D, 1 bar of A, and finally E again. Each time, the phrase resolves on the corresponding root note of the chord. In the next chorus, Chris adds slides and vibrato to the notes. He slides into certain notes, and on longer sustained notes, he adds vibrato. Pay attention to how much this enhances the sound and the overall feel of the solo. Simple techniques, but a huge difference in expression. Also pay attention to how much space Chris gives the notes. He's not cramming in too many notes at once. We're playing blues. And in blues, space is just as important as the notes themselves. Next chorus. Chris now plays the note E with a full step bend, starting from D on the 7th fret of the G string. That bend adds an even stronger blues feel to the phrase. The note C on the 5th fret of the G string is enhanced with a small bend, just a subtle push for extra expression. And double stops work great here as well. Now start adding some rhythmic variation. Then begin to freely improvise around this melody. It's important that you know the 12-bar blues progression by heart, and that you always know where you are within the form. Resolve your phrases on the root note of the current chord. It's not the only way to create structure in your solo, but it's definitely the safest and most reliable one. Practice slowly and carefully, and don't forget to subscribe to Chris's channel for more blues and slide tutorials. Have fun, and all the best.